Yo, what's going on YouTube? And welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte. Guys, we're taking a look today at your 2021 Stanley Cup champions. The Tampa Bay Lightning repeat as the Stanley Cup champion after winning in the playoff bubble in 2020. The Tampa Bay Lightning had a little bit of motivation this year going in. They wanted to win it in front of their fans, and that was the message all season, and they did exactly that, winning the 2021 Stanley Cup in Game 5 at home in Tampa Bay by a score of 1-0 over the Montreal Canadiens. It was a great series, a little bit disappointing because it did end in 5 games. Not one of the most, honestly, it's memorable in the sense that Tampa is a repeat team to win the Stanley Cup, but in terms of the actual series, it wasn't that close. You want to give some credit here to the Montreal Canadiens. They had a really good run. They beat the Leafs. They swept the Jets. Who did they beat in the third round? Oh, they beat Vegas. A lot of people had Vegas as a Cup favorite, and Vegas has one of the best odds to win the Cup next season. We'll get into that in another video. But the Montreal Canadiens had something special here, and let's be honest, they had a healthy Carey Price. And he was a huge factor in this run for the Montreal Canadiens. And, the funny thing is, in the postgame, I want to just talk about the Habs here for a second. The Habs had a really tough start to the series, and they just couldn't get off on the right foot. Very different team than what they had just seen prior against the Vegas Golden Knights. And I don't think they were necessarily ready for the Lightning in those first couple of games. And I think it really hurt them as the series went on. And by the time they won in Game 4, it was already too little too late. And the Tampa Bay Lightning would take the series. Carey Price was very good. Shea Weber actually defended him in his press conference post-game. Carey Price said, "I wish I could have played better earlier in the series in games 2 and 3. And Shea Weber actually stepped in and said, "I disagree. I think you had a really good playoff. Carey Price, he was really good. Our team in front of him was not good enough." And that's the kind of bond that you see between player and goaltender that you want. That's how they got themselves to the final. Everybody says, you look at this Habs team on roster, this Habs team on paper, and you've got Corey, the dead corpse of Corey Perry. You have guys like Josh Anderson, who everybody said they lost that trade with Columbus last year with Domi. Carey Price, he's too old, he's overpaid. Shea Weber, why would you bring him in? Today is a much more speed, heavy-driven game. Why would you bring in a guy like Shea Weber? You saw all of that put on the table this year. Eric Stahl, who was miserable in Buffalo, stranded on the island of misfit toys out there, comes to Montreal. And that's just what the Montreal Canadiens did this year. So I want to give hats off to the Habs because they did have a really good season. But to get back to the Lightning now, guys, the Lightning really were the best team in the NHL by far this year. And as an Islander fan, it really hurts now that Tampa has won the Cup, because honestly, as an Islander fan, I sit here today thinking the Islanders were one power play. If the Islanders had scored on that power play in Game 7 instead of giving up that shorthanded goal, could we maybe be talking about the Islanders winning the Stanley Cup this year? And I know it's a little bit crazy, but it is something I've thought about. Nikita Kucharov had a really great postseason once again. Braden Point went on that epic goal-scoring streak throughout the postseason. In the first round all the way up until the third round against the Islanders, he was really, really good overall. So that's kind of been the storyline. You look at Andrei Vasilevskiy winning the Conn Smythe for the most valuable player during the playoffs. Hats off to him. You could have given it to Braden Point or Kucherov as well. But there were certain points in the postseason where Kucherov did look a little bit off, whether he wasn't fully healthy. He's definitely going to come out saying he had a rib injury or something like that. Braden Point had a really good run as well, but Andrei Vasilevskiy, just when it mattered in elimination games or in games to clinch a series, he has 5 straight shutouts going back to the Stanley Cup final last year against the Dallas Stars. In that series, he got a shutout in Game 6. He got a shutout in Game 6 against Florida this year. He got a shutout in Game 5 in Carolina in the second round this year. and he got a shutout in Game 7 against the New York Islanders in the conference final. And then what does he do here in the Stanley Cup final? He gets a shutout in Game 5 in Tampa for the Tampa Bay Lightning to win their second consecutive Stanley Cup. Just another thing about Vasi and his stats, he did really well this year. He was just a monster. And, you look at what he's done in the past 2 postseasons. He's played 26 and a half games, so maybe he got pulled, whatever. He has a .938 save percentage. Oh, his goals against average is 26.5. And his save percentage, .938 in 23 games in the postseason. No goaltender has played in 2 consecutive back-to-back Stanley Cup championships and played in every playoff game in that run since Ken Dryden. And, Vasi really does deserve some credit. Now, there were points in this series and even last series against the Islanders where he didn't look 100% in every single game. But that happens. And when you have a team like the Lightning, you're able to overcome some of those things. And Vasi was able to do that. And, he hasn't lost back-to-back games in the playoffs in years. This is the kind of stuff where, yes, the team in front of him definitely does account for it, but you have to give credit to where it's due. And Andrei Vasilevskiy, just another unbelievable season and very well-deserved for the Conn Smythe Trophy. Okay, so now we got to get to the post-game. Obviously, Nikita Kucharov had some comments about the Habs fans saying, "Oh, you're treating it like, Game 4, you're treating it like you won the Stanley Cup winning 1 game. We're just going to come crush your dreams in Game 5, doesn't matter," kind of thing. And that definitely rubbed people the wrong way. Definitely not the most professional interview, but listen, everybody complains how we don't have enough, enough character, enough, just stuff going on in the league in terms of guys maybe not being robots, and just showing a little personality. And Kucherov did that. Yes, he was definitely drinking a little bit. You saw him with the can next to him while he was doing the interview. Listen, he's having a good time. He's probably got a really bad rib injury. There is other stuff going on there, so I can't discredit that. They're just having a good time. I'd probably be worse at that point if I just won the Stanley Cup. I'd probably be about 10 in at that point. So, guys, thank you for another great season. Thank you for subscribing if you have, or even if you haven't. Just watching this video, giving a thumbs up or a thumbs down, doesn't matter. It helps the channel. It's been another crazy year in the NHL, and we have grown a lot since the beginning of this season, and I have a lot to say in terms of thanking you guys for another unbelievable season. I'm so excited for the offseason, for the expansion draft this summer, free agency, the draft, as well as getting geared up 96 days away from next season. And I hope you guys stick around. Obviously, there is no off-season here at Goal Line Hockey. We are going to continue to pump out the content. It's going to be more focused on what we usually talk about here on the channel, more rumor stuff, projecting lineups, projecting off-season moves. Obviously, stuff has already started to heat up. We saw that trade with Victor Arvidsson to the Kings last week. So we're starting to get an idea of where the lay of the land is for this summer, especially with the expansion draft. It obviously adds another dimension where teams maybe are going to make some moves in an attempt to either keep guys or move out salary, especially with the flat salary cap. That's even more intriguing. So I'm really excited. Like I said, guys, throughout this season, we have hit some milestones on this channel. Over 1,000 subscribers here on the channel since we started here in January. We hit that in February or March, which is around 2 years here at Goal Line Hockey. And this is our now 3rd season of Goal Line Hockey in the books. We could wrap that one up, put it in the books, and I'm so excited for year number 4, or the 4th season in the NHL here at Goal Line Hockey. So, guys, like I said, thank you so much for not only watching this video, but leaving comments, subscribing, liking, all of that stuff. It means the world to me, and I really appreciate you guys, the passion that you have in the comment section for just stuff going on in the league, your opinions for or against me. I absolutely love it, and I want to see more of it here as we continue along into the offseason. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and an even bigger subscribe down below. Guys, as always, congratulations to the Stanley Cup champions here in 2021, the Tampa Bay Lightning, as they repeat. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.